found out, in January, as you all know, TikTok shut down for one day, just one day. And in that one day, we got a lot of users coming over to Fanbase. And besides the fact that we were able to increase our community, we also learned a lot. We had a lot of data and insights and feedback that really enable us to say, okay, there's certain aspects of the platform that we really need to stop, focus on, simplify it, improve the experience, because that's going to allow us to continue growing the community. So searching for content and searching for users is something that is coming very soon. I would say that's one of the first releases that is going to come up in the next couple sprints. We're also simplifying the main navigation. Okay, a lot of you have been talking about, as great as it is that Fanbase has all these functionalities, sometimes can be overwhelming understanding where to do this, where to do that, how to create content. So, it's not like we haven't been hearing you. We always been hearing you, but we finally find the time, and we were able to expand the team to be able to tackle this. So we are simplifying the entire main navigation. Obviously, we're going to continue evolving that as we get more feedback, but that's coming very soon as well. I think that's going to be great. It's going to be giving you a cleaner, a more clear way of understanding where you need to do what. Okay, so that's being worked as well. We are working on also on what we call the content creation simplification, um, because we have 6 different types of formats here in Fanbase, and let's review them together for those that are new to Fanbase. We have what we call media posting, which is images and videos up to 1 minute. We have also what we call Fanbase Plus, which is videos up to 1 hour or 15 minutes inside the app. If you want to upload up to 1 hour, you gotta do them on web. And also we have Flicks, which is our short form video version, right? For those that are familiar with TikTok, very similar to that. We call them Flicks. We also have stories, right? Everyone knows what stories are. We have audio where we are today, okay? So we also have live stream. Okay, so the 6 ways that you can create, really 7 if you think, because image and video up to 1 minute, that you can create content. So as such, we don't want you to have to worry about what kind of content are you trying to create, but rather just worry about wanting to create the content that you want, and for us to give you the tools to make that as simple as possible. So we are simplifying that entire content creation flow. That's going to take a little bit longer than the other simplification features that I mentioned, but we are working on that as well. So the other thing, you guys are going to get excited about this one, okay? And Isaac might get jealous that I'm bringing this to you before everyone else, but it's no longer secret because you guys have been asking for it. Today, we had an amazing business refining on dark mode, okay? So you've been asking for it for a very long time. The product team, specifically the UX UI team, has done an amazing job in not only, we all know what dark mode is, but sometimes you you don't understand the importance on dark mode and how it affects experience as well. So today the product team was able to kickstart that got approved. That's a big win, meaning that now dark mode in the future is going to be considering the roadmap, hopefully very soon and before the end of the year. But I've seen what it looks like, and I'm loving it. And now I know what you guys been asking for it. So that's also being worked. Again, for now, it's just being business refined. It hasn't been put in the development queue yet, but I'm confident that as we move quicker, we are going to be able to finally bring you dark mode into Fanbase. All right. Let's see what else. Again, it's a lot, but again, different phases for different functionality. We are continue working very, very hard on our new version of the algorithm. Okay, as we get closer, I'll be able to share more details about it. I am super excited because for those that are in the tech industry, you understand how much work, not only to build it, but also to maintain it, to train it, to improve it, takes to do a true algorithm. And what's best about ours is that all we have to worry about is creator and content visibility. We don't really have to worry about pairing you with the right type of ad and so on. So there's a lot of differences that we're building up into this new version of the algorithm. We're finally able to have dedicated resources to it. That's super important as well. That will allow us to also train it and improve it. And that's going on. And we're hoping that sometime in September, you guys are going to start seeing some of that big difference with this new version. And as we continue and as we learn, we're going to spread that across the entire platform as well. Okay. So that's a big one. But again, I'll cover more as we get closer to that date as well. And then there's many other small things that the team is doing. We're doing some experiments. So you guys know we're getting very, very experimental. Something that I'm pushing in our leadership calls is to come up with experiments that can really help us understand if there are certain things that gives value to our community and our creators, and be able to validate right away. And then if it does give value, how can we do more of that or better versions of that? And then if it doesn't give value, put it to the side and then continue moving on. The most successful companies are the companies that can afford experimenting the most and failing the most. Now, for us, we're still small. We can experiment as much as those big companies out there, but we definitely want to continue experimenting. And at the end of the day, leaving up to you, the community, the creator, what's the best value for you, because if that works for you, then it works for Fanbase as well. Okay, so again, a lot going on. I did tell you guys, for those that have joined my audio tech talk back in January, as we were growing the team, between January and now, we hired about, I want to say, close to 20 people. We have some change of personnel, but we also hire a lot of people. And I did say we're going to get slow before we get really fast. And I feel like right now we are at that transitioning where we're starting to run. And I'm seeing it in a lot of aspects. So I'm excited. I know you guys been waiting for a long time for me to start talking about new improvements and new functionalities, and not only break fix. And we're getting there. Okay. And if you're interested and you're nerdy and techie like me, I do want to tell you that we're also working on improvements at our infrastructure level. We also brought some DevOps in-house, which we're super excited about it. And that enables us to have more flexibility of how we build solutions, how we also are more efficient about how we spend money on hosting. So if you're an investor, I want you to be happy, because we are doing our due diligence, always trying to see, okay, how can we continue maintaining the same service, keeps being scalable, but also being very careful how we spend infrastructure money as well. Okay, so all of that, believe it or not, is part of Sprint 124. And just with a team of 30 something people, today we had a meeting with Isaac, with someone that came and visited us in the office. And I did mention that one of the good things about having a humble beginning, in the sense that, again, we're not VC backed, we're crowdfunded, backed by you guys, is that we have to do a lot of stuff with not a lot of resources. And sometimes that puts you in a mindset that you're always trying to do things the best way, but also be very efficient and understand, okay. And I think as we grow, that's the promise we want to keep. We want to stay nimble, and we thank our past and our history for doing that. And I think we're making a lot of progress with given the size of our team as well. Okay, with that said, I'm done talking. Hopefully I gave some visibility on what are we working on, what is coming up in the near future. So now it's time to go into the chat. I'm going to start with the chat, and then I'm going to open up if anyone wants to come on stage and ask a question or have a conversation with me. Let me see, I'm going through the chat. What's up, guys? It's great seeing some of you. You fixed the volume issue I've been having. Thanks. Yes, I love hearing that. I'm very happy with it. I know there's still a lot of things to iron out for audio and so on, but we are going to continue tackling as well. Can you share the YouTube video on Fanbase Plus without making it public on YouTube? That's a great question. So I believe that you can, if you make it unlisted. If you make it private, I don't believe you'll be able to. Okay, so we have in Fanbase Plus, we have two different ways of uploading content. One is the traditional one, which you can upload from your mobile device up to 15 minutes or from your desktop up to 1 hour. But we also have what we call the YouTube link Fanbase Plus functionality, where you paste a YouTube link on Fanbase Plus, and then it will import it, it will convert it into a Fanbase Plus as exclusive content. Okay, that's important because when you use the YouTube link on Fanbase Plus, it turns it into an exclusive content. I know a lot of you ask us, okay, why can't I just turn it into a Fanbase Plus public content? The original idea there was that you already have those videos in YouTube out there, right? So if you want to monetize, bring them to Fanbase, make them exclusive, and that's another tool for you in your ecosystem to make money. In the future, we might explore allowing you to make those public and making that an option for you, but that's how it was originally built. But I don't believe that you can't use private for sure. Now, I do think that if you have it unlisted, which means that it's out there, but unless someone has the link, they cannot access it or find it by searching. I think it should work as well. So hopefully that serves your purpose for that question. Okay, let me give some love to those questions that I answer, so you guys can make a little bit of money. All right, let's see what else. Oh, there you go. See, thank you, Cosmic Glider. Cosmic Glider answered that. You can upload and list to YouTube links to Fabric. Here you go. Some love for you too. What's going on, Kat? Jamie, what's up? All right. Okay, I got it. Yeah, sometimes I love that you guys ask questions that you might know the answer, but it helps the community, right? Especially if they're new users. So, yes, there's no such thing as a, silly question or super basic questions. The assumption is always that, you're new, you're new here. All right. Let's see. I'm going through the questions from the top down to make sure I don't forget anything, because some of you get mad at me. It's like, Rama, you didn't answer my question. You didn't say my question. All right. Let's see. I love some of you guys are promoting your pages in here. Audio is a great way to build community too. And part of it, if someone comes to us and says, okay, what are the main steps that you would recommend anyone that just started in Fanbase, how they can start building community and then eventually start monetizing? I always say, even if you don't want to create an audio room, even if you don't want to talk, coming into audio and listening to the conversations, participating in the chat, that's a great way of building community. From the audio rooms themselves, you can follow people, you can subscribe to people, you can earn money and give love as well, which is money. So audio is definitely should be part of your initial journey in Fanbase, regardless if you want to talk or say anything about it. All right, let's see what else. Shout out to the IT team for fixing my issue. I love that. Let's see. All right, what else we have? Search is so essential to finding who and what to contact in Fanbase for sure. All right. I love this question. Thank you, Nadbo. How do you handle stability and crash analysis with the app? So we do that 100%. So we have a third-party tool that we use that allows us to understand crashes when they happen. The Apple and Google, they also have their tools as well. So every time an app crashes, regardless if you let us know or not, we have visibility of that. And we get every single crash that happens. We get the reason why it happens. Now, the reason is a very technical reason why that crash happens. So sometimes it takes us longer to understand how we can fix it. And also we gotta prioritize, because let's say that we have a community of 350,000 users that come into the app every month, and out of that, we have two crashes between the subset of 350,000, and then we have another type of crash that it happens 20 times, right? We have to prioritize, and we'll probably focus on the 20 times versus the two, especially because crashes, it's a combination between how the software, our application, interacts with the device, the phone that you have. So think about it. So the device model, version, also is a variable in identifying why is the crash happening. So there's also complexity on that side, especially for example for Android. For Android, we have 20,000 plus different type of devices. So sometimes, you know, it's not necessarily because we made a mistake on the software side. It's because under certain conditions and a certain environment, it's not working properly with the software. Okay, so we do track that 100%. Our teams is part of their routine. Every sprint, they go through the crashes. So a lot of times when I say bug fixing is being released, there's always going to be crash fixing there. And, crashes, we actually set ourselves an objective as a team to reach a minimum threshold. Every single application has crashes. That's something that exists even on the large apps, but we definitely want to be below that threshold because that tells us that we are giving a really good experience to at least the majority of our community. Okay, so love that question. Appreciate it. And again, handling stability has different layers. You have stability at the app layer, you have stability at the infrastructure layer, and we monitor everything from how our infrastructure performs, how our software performs as well. And so that's being considered as well. Okay. All right. What else we have? Ooh, okay. I didn't know that. Wow, that's Marshall. I'm glad to hear that. That's definitely a blocker. Okay. Um, I see Joyce. I love that. If you don't know where to start, Fanbase 101 page has a lot of quick tutorials. Amen. And guess what? Thanks for saying that. You guys sometimes give me reasons to talk about certain topics. Um, we actually have a new team member this week. Super excited. I'm hoping that if it's not, next week, maybe the week after, but we have a new local multimedia designer here in Atlanta for Fanbase. And you might be asking, okay, well, what's up with a multimedia designer? And we're here in Fanbase, a tech startup. I mean, so we do a lot of great work. Hopefully, you guys, by joining my call, you understand and you see all the great work that sometimes seems invisible in other platforms, right? Um, but a lot of times, the value that we bring to the community, we haven't been able to do a really good job about communicating it and showing that value to the rest of the world, right? So we did, with part of the investment, we did make the decision of bringing a multimedia designer who's going to help us communicate the value of everything that we work on the product side, and also communicate how you can use Fanbase. So, you mentioned the 101 page and the tutorials. Those tutorials are about to get much, much better and more interactive and more clear and more of those, because we are bringing someone that is not only creative, but understands our culture, also is tech driven, is connected to the product team. So I'm excited about that because I think that in the next 3 to 5 months, you're going to start seeing a lot of good, cool content across all of our channels, socials, satellite pages, 101 page, and so on. And that's the reason why we have this new team member. I'm excited. It's his first week, so he's doing onboarding, but I'm hoping in the next 2 to 3 weeks, you guys are going to be able to meet him. I did see him doing audio rooms. He's super active, which I love it on the platform. So maybe you already met him, but I'll bring him formally. Okay. All right. Let's see what else we have here. Dark mode is for us techies or old people who wear glasses. Amen. Yesterday was my birthday, guys. So and I am getting older. And people keep asking me, "Do you use glasses?" I'm like, surprisingly, no, because I've been in front of hundreds of screens for the past 25 years of my life, but I feel like soon I'm going to start having to wear glasses. So I am getting old, guys. All right, let's see what else. Ooh, big scale ask carousels. So big scale, carousel is a given. There's no question if we're going to do it or not. The reason why we put a pause is because we need to do this content creation simplification before we do carousels. Because carousel is not only applicable to one type of content, okay? So let us get through this content creation that is going to happen in Q3, if not Q4. That's happening no matter what. That's already in the development cycle. We're working on it. And as soon as we're done with that, then all the other things that we've been talking about, carousel, better filtering, better tools to edit, and so on, they're coming 100%. Okay. But I appreciate you keep bringing it every day. All right. Let's see what else. How can we see links to Fanbase Plus uploads of our videos? I have trouble getting content out to the public since there are no links allowed. Um, if you're asking for links on the caption of the content, we do restrict those. Again, doesn't mean that we're not going to have flexibility in the future. Now, for Fanbase Plus, I think that's a different story. We still restrict them, I think, but we might consider even more of enabling them. I know that through YouTube, you're able to put those links as well. So there's certain things that we don't want to reinvent the wheel either. All right, let's see, Nolan. Um, what is Fanbase's view on the whole ID verification stuff is going on in the world? Are you talking about the know your customers? If you give me some more information about that, I want to make sure that I'm before I go at it, I answer the right question. Okay. So let me know. In the meantime, I'll continue looking through the other questions. Um, okay, Jeremy, I see you for alpha or beta testing. Got you. I'm going to ask you a question soon, guys, because we also are doing piloting on some of these experiments, and I think you guys can participate of that, but I'll ask that in a little bit. Let's keep going through the questions. I want to make sure I don't miss anything. Joyce, I want to be a beta tester. Okay. There's a lot to accomplish, Charles. Indeed, there is a lot, right? And as such, I wish we could do everything at the same time, but we gotta choose our priorities. But I feel like we're in the best direction and we're making the most progress that we ever made in Fanbase's history. I truly do. Um, that doesn't mean that we're going to get everything done before the end of the year, but I think that we're doing the right things to get us to the next phase. And then the next phase will be able to tackle more and more things. Let's see what else. Will we see a way to use Fanbase Plus link for the public to access? I think I guess that's the same question. Well, we would be able to change the settings within the app to change modes for better music sound quality to do better karaoke rooms. I got you. I know exactly what you mean. And the answer is yes. I love that question because in Fanbase audio, we are able to manipulate the different types of what we call audio profiles, right? It's not the same if you are in an audio room giving a lesson, teaching, than if you're playing music or if you're singing or if you're doing other type of content creation. And audio, the type of audio has a lot to do with that too. Even the type of audio has influence in how much data you're being used, right? So um, going into what we call the audio profiles depending on your use case is something that we've talked a lot. And I think that once we iron out all the existing issues that we might have outstanding for audio room is something that we'll consider within our next version of audio rooms. Okay. But I definitely know that, and I would love to be able to give you the flexibility of choosing what audio room you want to do. Oh, so audio profile, sorry. All right. Ooh, I love seeing all the fixes going on there. I know, Vincent, you're around. I haven't looked at it, but there's a lot of good feedback about us taking care of some of the issues. I'm very happy to hear that. Are there mobile agnostic development AI technology? It's a lot of those. I will say, let's talk a little bit about AI. If you participated Tuesday from our invested podcast, every Tuesday at 5 p.m., we do our invested podcast with Isaac. And the topic this week was AI and all the great things about AI and all the things that are getting a little bit dangerous, right? Especially for the creator. We're starting to see all these AI influencers that are wanting to be paired with brands, diminishing the value of true creators or true people, right? Too, and how dangerous that can be. So My stand as a CTO for Fanbase, where it comes to AI, is that again, AI is not part of the future; it's part of the present, if not part of the some of the past too. But I see AI in two layers. One of them is the organizational layer. As a Fanbase team, how can we, or how are we implementing AI to have to be more efficient, to be able to do better things, have better output, right? So we are going through an internal process improvement. We have actually specific resources that are going through our development development cycle process, identifying what we use from an AI perspective. And we're not only implementing AI, we're starting to build AI internal tools that enables us to do things better and quicker. Okay, so that's at the organizational level, and that's past development too. We're looking into finance, operations, and so on. And then you have the product itself, right? The fan-based ecosystem, and that's something that while we are using AI for the new version of the algorithm, we know that we're behind when it comes to AI for the use of AI inside the platform, and we have a lot of ideas that we're going to start putting in the roadmap. The two big areas where I see AI really benefiting you is number one on insights, and number two on content creation. How can we give you the information that you need not only to continue building community the best way, but also making money the best way as well? So we've done the hard part, which is we built a really, really good insights and data stack here in Fanbase, where we truly track everything that enables not only us to make better business decisions, but also we're starting to give a lot of that information to you. Some of you are probably receiving some of our pilot emails where we tell you how are you doing well in what verticals, is your traffic coming from, and that's just a pilot on how we are translating insights to make you a better creator, because all of you are a creator, believe it or not, or want it or not. So AI as insights in our platform is something big that I think we're definitely going to be focusing on. And then the content creation, making content creation not only as simple as possible, but also so it's not something that is part of your, oh my God, I gotta create content, I gotta edit it, all of these, right? So I find AI as a technology that empowers us as creators, will not necessarily uh, replace us at every level. So at Fanbase, because we're all about the creator, gonna bring AI to empower that journey as well. Okay, so back to your question, there's a lot of mobile agnostic development AI technologies that we are starting to use as well, and they exist out there. Okay. All right. Let's see what else we have. I'm going through there. I keep shaking my phone for it, but can Fanbase Spark and streaming be expedited? I would love to, but we cannot bring you. We still see value in that. Believe me, it's not that we're saying it's not valuable anymore, but we can bring that before we cover some of the foundational and basic things that we need to cover. Okay. So I'm not saying no, we're not bringing Spark. I'm not saying no, we're not bringing RTMP, which I believe that's what you mean by live streaming. I'm saying have patience, bear with us as we go through this foundational phase that I'm seeing a lot of you are starting to see value on it, better experience, better way to search for content, better navigation, better way you create content. And then we're definitely going to be um, tackling what we envision and what we promise. Okay, so if you want to keep shaping and asking for it, nothing to lose. Do it. I don't want to stop you from doing that. All right. Let's see. What else? What else? I can connect to go to live or no audio. Well, Kaliana, please, yeah, submit it. Yeah, again, the team is always prioritizing. So if for some reason you cannot create content, that's a big, showstopper for us, because we're, content economy, social economy, really platform, but it's all about content creation. So please report it. Oh, Mario, aka 3B, I had the pleasure of chatting with him. I love that. Some of you guys are already talking and engaging with our new Fanbase team member. Love it. Um, let's see. I will come down and record videos. All right. Pascal, I don't think you've seen our new office. I know you've been in our old office, but or maybe you have. I can't remember. Let's see what else we have. I'm going through there. Ta, 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 ta. Tage Ali, we don't have dark mode yet. Actually, I was mentioning that after a while. I know a lot of you guys have been asking for dark mode. We just went through our first business refining. It was approved. It's looking amazing. So now that's ready to be estimated and be put in the development queue. So depending on how much or how quickly we progress on everything we have in the next couple of months, we'll see if we can put dark mode in there. But dark mode is coming across the entire platform. All right. Scheduling post, yeah, that's something that we also talk about it. I think that's also part of how can we make content creation as simple as possible, right? Don't make it a burden. Creator burnout is a real thing, right? So scheduling is definitely one of those to make your life easier for sure. All right. I often record in 4K. Any plans to allow better quality videos? Yeah. Again, it's always there's so many layers to it, but do we turn on 4K across the board? We could. The problem is that if you don't have the right um, architecture, not only to enable it, because we can do that easily, but to make sure that that doesn't consume that much data for you and for those that watch your video, that is important as well. A lot of you have, shared concerns about, hey, after using Fanbase for a while, my phone gets hot, or I use a lot of data. So as we continue progressing, as we get better as a team, we have to consider those are variables in our development, meaning we have to consider how will that impact data and energy consumption within the platform, because it does make a difference to experience. So the answer is yes, we always want to bring the best quality content for the lowest cost to the user and for us as well, because everything has a cost, but to the user specifically. So we just need to consider a few things as we enable 4K across the entire platform. Someone said, Fanbase should also add a music feature. Yeah, we used to have music in Flix. For those that are new, um, music is a complete separate subject that we can spend an entire hour. But just to summarize it, we believe in music 100%. In fact, one of our advisors is one of the top music guys in the industry who also help TikTok, have the music that they have. And we used to have music in Flix. The thing with music is you got to have the right licenses. You got to make sure that you cover across the board. That costs a lot of money, especially when you apply music in a monetized ecosystem like Fanbase, right? Having to deal with labels and so on. So we are going to bring music. We're just trying to be strategic when and how to make sure that we can support it, beyond just, a specific period, but we will. All right, when is Fanbase allowing mentions? We actually do allow mentions. I don't know if you're asking a specific place, but if you on captions, you can mention any user in Fanbase. Let's see. Will we see stories longer than 15 seconds? If so, how much longer? 1 minute? That's a good question. Let me ask you guys, what's your preference? We can definitely enable that. Right now it's 15 seconds. One of the things that we want to bring with stories is being able to have multiple 15 seconds as well at once. But I'm just curious what's your preference on story length for those that are stories power users. All right, let's see what else. All right, so no, oh, Nolan was talking about IDs for fake accounts. Yeah. So we actually, so there's different things. You have fake accounts or AI driven accounts, and you also have real accounts that have AI driven creations as well. And there's good and there's not so good on both levels. On the AI, sorry, on the fake profile size, we had talked about it. I think we still need to do some core and basic pattern recognition and sanity check for those bots that we're still not able to capture within our algorithm. But eventually, we definitely will need to find like a more user-friendly way of not only identifying it but letting people know that this is a doesn't have an ID checked or something like that. But yeah. All right. Let's see what else. Going through there. Am I school? It's almost have 12 minutes left. Wow. Let's get the polls added to audio rooms. I love more tools and ways for you guys to engage in audio rooms. I agree with that. Can we have Twitch links in audio rooms the way YouTube links can be linked? Yeah. So we brought, man, we were talking about it today. We brought Watch Party in November last year. We actually did it. We expedited the deployment of Watch Party for the elections. And as such, we decided to just launch it with just YouTube integration for now. The roadmap, the original envision roadmap was to do include Fanbase Plus as well, Twitch, and other platforms. So again, it's not a question if, but rather when. But we do know that there is the need, and we would love to do it in the near future. All right, let's see. What is the high? Okay, someone asked. Let me see. So, what is the highest video quality available? Okay, so it depends on what versioning. That's something that we're also going to be working on standardizing the resolution on the content creation as well. So, for example, in Fanbase Plus, we have video max resolution of 1920 1080 px, but we are considering. We used to support 4K, and then we adjusted that. And the idea is to be able to standardize that across not only Fanbase Plus, but also media posting, which is video up to 1 minute, and eventually um, Flicks as well. So again, it's always what's the highest quality we can bring for the lowest cost for the user and also the business as well. What are the top 3 most requested features Fanbase has finally delivered? Well, what time frame? Because there's been a lot of requests. Last year, within all the requests we had, we brought exclusive live, which allows those that are live super users to have lives behind a paywall. We were able to turn that around pretty quickly. We had to refactor the live stream functionality first. Watch Party was something that was also requested. The chat room was something that was super requested in audio rooms. And I think that's one of the biggest wins because it's been a big driver of engagement and revenue as well. We're seeing a lot of love being given in chat rooms as well. Last year, we brought a lot of features. A lot of them were, most of them were requested, and some of them were part of the vision of where we saw the industry going and why strategically we wanted to bring them. But those are some of the ones that are coming in mind. Now, for this year, it's a lot of foundational stuff. So it's not like someone said, "Hey, Rama, I want better navigation." But we've been hearing saying, "Hey, I'm having a hard time finding users. I'm having a hard time understanding how can I get to audio room, how can I create content." And those things drive us to understand that there has to be a better way of doing things. So in some way, we are delivering no features, but improvements that we know the user needs, and to be able to build better community and make money. All right, let's see. I already mentioned the carousel thing. What's that, team? Commenting in chat room. Okay. Well, have this in mind. I didn't mention that. I'm so sorry. Thanks for reminding me. I might have skipped it in my list. But we are doing a refactor of notifications currently as well. And why that matters is because not only they'll be in improved messaging, but they'll be delivered quicker. They'll have, if you have, no matter if you have 10,000 followers or 100, notifications will get at the right time to the right people, no matter what. Unlike other platforms that they also throttle down the notifications depending on how many followers you have. And why that matters is that as we add small things such as mentioning, let's say on chat room, um, we also need to consider how notifications are catered to the user and how that engage to the user, if it's really triggering the user to go into the chat room and have a conversation, or in there in the audio room and then they want to go into the chat room. So again, these foundational layers, while it might seem like obvious things that like, come on, yeah, it's a no-brainer, they will actually enable a lot of these small things that you guys talk about. So I hear you guys, but you also guys have to trust our direction, our vision, because it's going to take us there and give you the functionality that you want. All right. Well, we're getting there's a lot of questions. I might not get to all of them, but let's see what else. The two, you good content will boost transfer. Okay. All right. So I see some of you that want to come up. All right. I know I said that I was going to do, but I have an important question. Well, actually, it's not a question, it's a request. Okay. So I'm going to tell you this request, and then we'll use the last 5 minutes to bring you guys up here, and you have 30 seconds, okay, to ask a question, hopefully answer quick. But my request to you guys there is, if you are, all of you are creators, let's start there. But if you're a creator that has an existing, regardless if it's a small business, MPO, a brand, large business, that is willing to partner with you and support your audio conversations, we are piloting branded audio rooms. Okay, if you didn't know what branded audio rooms and you weren't here 2 weeks ago when I presented it, branded audio rooms enables you to have your audio room branded with whatever business or brand that you have, with a specific call to action. So we're piloting that. So if you have a brand that you think can help you as a creator and you want to bring and pilot that with Fanbase, please let us know. Email marketing@fanbase.app. Mention that you heard in Rama's Tech Talk that you guys were looking for potential creators that would like to pilot that with brands. Now, remember, we're not going to be bringing the brand to you and so on. You have to have an existing brand or business that is willing to work with you, but we'll give you the tool and we'll help you through the journey. We want to pilot it. We want to show you the value. So just email marketing@fanbase.app, and we'll be more than glad to talk and help you out. All right. With that said, we have 5 minutes, guys, and I see 2, 4, 6, 7 of you that wants to come up. So we're gonna have to divide those 5 minutes among 7. So I'm gonna bring one by one. Okay, let me go on my hand raise. If you still wanna come up, keep your hand up. All right, let's go. Team first. Well, I'm gonna bring some of you, and then what's up, team?
Rama, what's going on? I'll keep it quick, but congratulations on bringing DevOps in house. I think that was a good
Thank you.
move. So as it relates to, I know Fanbase has been heavily on retention lately, but how important is web as it relates to the not just having retention from app wide, because I know primarily you all have been focused on native app, but how important is web when it comes to retention, more specifically in an algorithmic fashion? So in essence,
Yeah.
not just having the algorithm on native, but also web. And I'm landing my plane.
Yeah. So right now, web for us is a driver of traffic and potential users that turns into followers for you and could turn to subscribers and help you monetize. Right now, we know that web is not a full experience like the app. So the because we don't have a full experience like the app, is not as important on retention as the app is itself. Okay, so when we actually talk about MAUs, we clearly distinct internally when we analyze a web MAUs from app MAUs. For us, app MAUs are the true most important ones that we work on retention because they're actually coming to the platform, they're engaging, they're monetizing. On web is more of how can we use that as a tool to drive traffic, convert those users into followers that turns into a community and allows you to monetize. So it is important now as we grow web, definitely it's not going to be also helping with growth, but it also will help with retention. But right now, retention is more focused and driven towards the app versus web. But web is important. So the journey from web into the app is something that we continue working on to make sure that we can help in those conversions. So hopefully I answered that. Quimo?
Hey. Thanks for having me. My question. Are we having any updates? And then two, my
Um,
second question is my second question
Sorry, one
is
question because we don't have enough time now. I want to be sensitive for everyone. So can I answer that question?
so what are we doing with the
Okay,
lives?
so thank you.
That's it.
So live stream, we actually just released several hot fixes on the live stream that we had some issues that we had in the past. So we are continuing, maintaining and improving live stream. We don't have any functionality yet on live stream in the roadmap. So if I had to take a guess where we are today, again, everything will change. We're not going to have new features on live stream probably until Q1. But again, that can change. So continue coming and asking about it. But we're definitely, looking into bringing a lot of things that we talked in the past, multi-live and so on. Okay. Thank you. Duran, go ahead.
So Rama, really quick, next Thursday, the way that you normally break things down and explain to people, they may think a feature is simple, but when you add that feature in for thousands of people, it changes. I would recommend you emphasize that more because people are asking me a lot of questions. I have to always get them a disclaimer. Rama, Isaac, my friends, but I don't work at Fanbase. So just putting that out there. Now,
Okay.
my question, because it's really good that you do that and it can help people really understand and limit the curiosity around that or
Yeah.
confusion. So my question on the broadcast part of the audio rooms, I know you guys can't do it anytime soon, maybe not even in the next 12 months, but consider, I was thinking about it, it's kind of robbing creators because, I love the audio rooms. If somebody wants to go in my audio room and just only listen, and it could have been potentially 70 people in my room, vanity metrics, but 30 of them are listening on broadcast, and I don't have the ability to even see who they are. Or
Yeah.
limit them to 60 seconds, and then, hey, if you like more, you want to hear more of this, we gave you 60 seconds. Now actually jump in. Maybe it just needed to be a bit more controls over that invisible listener person. That was all I had on that.
Yeah, I take it. I take it. Yeah, we've been talking a lot about too, also as we have these branded audio rooms and so on, what kind of information can we provide that is valuable to those brands as well? And when it's, those invisible
Yeah, just put it
listeners,
in
it's
your
hard.
back. Just put it in your
Yeah.
back pocket. We don't need it anytime soon. Just something to have in your
All
back
right.
pocket.
Sounds good. Thank
Yeah,
you. Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
All right. Let's see. I'm going to bring three of you, if you don't mind, mute it, and I'll call your name and then we'll call it a day. I want to make sure all right. Miss Clyde, how are you?
Hi, it's Cosmic Glider, and I am glad to hear about the potential of Twitch being added as a thing you can link for watch parties. But I mostly want to emphasize: can we get mentions in the chat room comment
Yep.
section?
Yeah, I saw that, and I did mention that's a potentially good ad after we refactor the notification, which is coming in the next couple of months. So, thank you. All right, all right, Dan Marie, how are you?
Blessings. Hello, Rama. Love you and everything you do. I will say my personal gripe is I get tired of submitting tickets sometimes. But I did have the question about the Fanbase Plus. So you answered the question and I already knew about it. But My experience is that from whatever reason, when I use my phone, which is an Android, I cannot do Fanbase Plus. It'll say that I'm not sharing or allowing the video that I'm trying to select. So then when I try to pivot and use my laptop, it says it needs to be um, uh, landscape and it needs to be an MP4. Even though I would go through the steps to convert the file and everything else, it still is not recognizing it. So then an alternative should be that we could just link it. But I understand links are only for exclusive videos. So it's pretty cumbersome, but
Yeah.
hopefully you guys open it up to us where we can do a link or upload video. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Definitely. I'll take that feedback. All right.
Ron,
Last but
what's
not
up,
least, how
man?
are you?
Hey, I really just come up here and tell you, all these folks be lying like hell, but they be talking shit about you when you ain't around. They sick of the app. Oh
It's
shit, the shit
okay.
ain't running
I
right.
can take shit. So good. So
Hey,
good.
listen, you can pay me a little bit on the back end with a 2,000-3,000 hearts, and I slap shit out of everybody that talk shit about Rama behind your back. You know what I'm saying?
I
Just
love that.
cut
You're
me
my
in.
you're my digital bodyguard. I
You feel
love
what I'm
that.
saying? I'm down. You feel me? Just give me a little purple heart with a little shit everybody else got, and I'm gonna slap five all these folks trying to. And then it's like they get on with you. They talk, "Hey there, Rama, man. Nice to meet you, guy. You know, it's been great on this app. But when you ain't on the app, it's fuck Rama, man. He ain't doing shit right on here, man. So I
I
got your
love it.
back, Rama.
All right.
Anytime you want me to do a
I
fire
just
one,
sent you I just sent you 100 laps. So let's do a test run and see how that
whenever
works.
I got you. Next time you do it, get what? You're gonna see a title say, "I'm slapping your ass for Rama," and then you're gonna, you know what I'm saying? Just know
All
I'm
right,
doing it for you,
appreciate
bro.
you.
I
All
got
right,
you,
thank
bro.
you, thank
Yeah,
you,
give me
thank
that
you. I
little
love it. All
paper.
right, we gotta finish on
Yeah,
that note. I
Mark me
love
up
that.
showing me and you real friends. Give me the green checks out showing me and you really partners, man.
Thank you, thank
They
you,
don't think me and you really together no more, bro.
thank you. All right, guys. We got to the top of the hour, past the top of the hour. It's been great talking to you guys as usual. I'll continue providing transparency on where we are, what we're doing. I'll try to get creative. I always try to get some guests here so we can have fun and do different things. Again, if you are a creator that would like to participate of a branded audio room pilot, and you have an existing brand business, even if it's an MPO that will be willing to work with you to do a branded audio room, please reach out to marketing@fanbase.app. We're doing some piloting, um, and they'll be glad to reach back and take it from there. With that said, thank you so much. It's great hearing you guys. I'll be here again next Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. I hope all of you have an amazing week, and we'll be seeing each other around in the app. Okay? Thanks for everything. Take care, guys.
All right. That's what's up. All right, you guys. Thanks for joining. All you who joined the Rama Thursday Tech Talk. Remember, that's every Thursday, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Get your questions answered. You see, people were able to come on stage, get engaged, new users, new to fan base. Come on over to the Rama Thursday Tech Talk. This is Joyce, aka Memoirs, aka Joyce's POS. Memoirs of a Shy Girl. See you later.